It was one of those nights, the kind where the roar of the crowd, the flashing lights, the weight of expectations, they all stay with you long after the game is over. Being LeBron James means living at the top of the world. But sometimes I just needed to step away, to just be me for a little while. That night, fresh off a tough road series, I had a rare free evening. Instead of heading home, I found myself driving toward a quieter part of town, a small park tucked away from the city's chaos. I didn't really have a plan, just needed to breathe, to clear my head. As I stepped out of the car, the late afternoon sun was hanging low, casting golden streaks through the trees. The park was peaceful. A few old-timers sat on benches, watching the world go by. Kids ran around laughing, their sneakers kicking up little clouds of dust. But then, I saw him, a little boy, maybe 7 or 8, standing off to the side, away from the others. He was dribbling a basketball, if you could even call it that. The ball was old, cracked in places, its leather worn thin from years of use. He wasn't really playing, just bouncing it half-heartedly, tossing it up and catching it in a way that felt mechanical, hollow. He wasn't laughing, he wasn't smiling, and something about that hit me harder than I expected. Now, I've seen a lot in my life. I've met kids who idolize me, kids who dream of playing in the NBA, kids who see basketball as their escape. But this kid, he looked like he needed something bigger than the game itself. For a moment, I hesitated. I mean, I was LeBron James, a 6'9" guy walking up to a random kid in a park. That's not exactly subtle. I didn't want to freak him out, but something in me just couldn't walk away, so I took a deep breath and approached. He didn't even notice me at first, too lost in his own little world. I cleared my throat just loud enough for him to hear. The kid froze. When he looked up, his eyes went wide, like real wide. He just stared, mouth slightly open, gripping that worn-out basketball like it was the only thing keeping him upright. I smiled. "Hey there, you playing all by yourself?" He tried to speak, but nothing came out. He just nodded. I chuckled. "Mind if I join you?" He blinked, like he wasn't sure if he had heard me right. Really? Really, I said, slipping my hands into my pockets, keeping it casual. I love basketball. Thought maybe we could shoot around a little. For a second, he didn't move. Then, slowly, he nodded again. And just like that, we started playing. I didn't go easy on him, but I wasn't out to embarrass him either. I passed him the ball, let him take his shots, cheered when he made one. And little by little, I saw something change. That heaviness in his eyes, it lifted. That stiffness in his movements, it faded. He started having fun, and let me tell you, seeing that tiny smile creep onto his face, that was worth more than any championship ring. But I also noticed something else. Even in the middle of the game, there was still this weight in his expression, like something was pulling him back. So after a while, I sat down on a bench and motioned for him to join me. He hesitated, then plopped down beside me, his basketball resting on his lap. "You doing all right, kid?" I asked gently. He shrugged. "I guess. Want to talk about it?" At first, he didn't answer, just stared down at the ball, rolling it between his hands. Then, barely above a whisper, he spoke. "My mom's in the hospital." The words hit me like a punch to the gut. "She's been sick for a long time," he continued. "Dad works all the time, so I come here after school, just to be somewhere." I swallowed hard. Man, that was tough to hear. "I miss her," he admitted, voice shaky. "I don't know when she's coming home." I took a deep breath, trying to keep my own emotions in check. Because, truth be told, I knew what that felt like. I knew what it was like to feel helpless, to watch someone you love struggle, and not be able to do anything about it. I placed a hand on his shoulder. "Listen, I know things feel really hard right now, but you're not alone, okay? You got people who care about you. And your mom, she's fighting, just like you." He looked up at me, eyes glossy with unshed tears. "Yeah." "Yeah," I nodded. "And you? You're strong, stronger than you even know." For a moment, he didn't say anything. Then, ever so slightly, he nodded. We sat there in silence for a while, just two people sharing a moment that went way beyond basketball. Then, after a deep breath, he wiped his eyes and asked, "Can we play a little more?" I grinned. "Of course." And we did. For the next half hour, we played like nothing else in the world mattered. Just a kid and a ball. No worries, no fears. Just the game. By the time the sun started setting, I knew it was time to go. I reached into my bag and pulled out my personal game ball, the one I always kept with me. "Here," I said, holding it out to him. His eyes widened again. "No way." "Wait," I smirked. "That ball of yours has seen some battles. Time for a new one." He hesitated, like he wasn't sure if he should take it, but when he did, his hands trembled slightly. "Thank you," he whispered. I smiled. "Anytime, kid." As I stood up, he suddenly blurted out, "Will I see you again?" I looked down at him at the hope in his eyes. "I think so," I said. "And hey, next time you better have a stronger jump shot." He laughed, like a real laugh, and in that moment I knew, whatever else happened, this kid was gonna be okay. As I walked away, I glanced back one last time. He was standing there gripping that basketball like it was the most precious thing in the world. And I realized something. Out of all the games I've ever played, that might have been the most important one.
Hey there, welcome to the Fame Diaries family. Want to be part of this journey? It's easy. Just do these 3 simple things. Hit that subscribe button because this isn't just a channel you watch. It's a story you become a part of. Smash that like button to show your support and help us keep creating powerful stories. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss a single moment of inspiration. Without you, these stories are incomplete. So let's grow together, explore together, and be inspired together. Ready? Then go for it. Join Fame Diaries now and become part of something unforgettable.